Hello, family. Another beautiful day in the neighborhood to all my brethren in arms. It's Carol, aka TheRealByMsG, if you're nasty. And this is Ask the Veteran. And we talk about PTSD, the symptoms that are associated with it, and yeah, how to cope, resources that you might be able to use so that things can get better. And so let's talk about flashbacks. Yay! Flashbacks. So flashbacks are the reenaction of things that you've already gone through. So let's say it's a car accident. Um, like you can hear the screeching sound of brakes, and it's sending you back to the car accident that you were in. Let's say that you were in a convoy, and the revving of a car sends you back to the convoy. Loud noises send you back to Iraq, Afghanistan. All those crappy places. Sorry, all those crappy places that you've been to that you didn't get to get any souvenirs from. Or the souvenirs that you got, you didn't want. I didn't want those souvenirs. You could have kept them. You're welcome. So, flashbacks. Now, I have been in combat. I've been not in combat. And I have flashbacks from both. I'm not sure why the ones from before combat are as can send me into a tailspin as well, but yeah, certain things I avoid like the plague because I don't like flashbacks. They're stupid. I don't want to be down with them at all. So that I don't have flashbacks, I started discussing some of the things that I had went through in the Middle East and in the military with a confidant. And this person made sure that I wasn't judged on anything that I had to do to survive, on anything, no matter how frivolous it was. Because let's just be honest, it could be something simple that throws you off balance because you're with PTSD. Like, people can't really explain PTSD. Like, even the doctors are pretty much guessing at this point because they don't quite know what the cause of it is, what you can do to prevent it or anything like that. They just throw pills at you, and a lot of those pills, the side effects are worse than the issue. The side effects are worse. I am messing up this. I'm sorry. The side effects are worse than the issue, right? So I wanted to bring up some side effects, right? So, like some of the antidepressants that they provide us at the VA or whatever your medical facility is. Some of those side effects for the antidepressants is insomnia, which can cause more depression because if you're not sleeping properly, then your body doesn't have time to regenerate, to heal, to re energize. So, knowing all of that information, when they put us on all of these antidepressants and anti anxiety pills and um, sleeping pills to help with the anxiety, it's like They have to keep adding pills to fix the problems that they make with the pills. So, like, I know, like, one of the side effects is like you get ulcers and stuff. So then they give you a pill for acid reflux, and then the acid reflux pill messes with your anemia. So now you have to take anemia pills. And then once you're anemic, then that means you start having heart problems. So you have to take heart pills. And then once your heart goes away, then you have to. It's just too much. It's just too much. When figuring out what the issue is and why you're having these issues can make it so you never have to take the pills. And honestly, I feel like that's the key. If we were smarter, sorry, I have the hiccups. Give me one moment. And we're back. Okay. So, like, dealing with the issue is acknowledging one that you have one, right? Hi, I'm Carol, and I've been through a lot. And all the things that I've been through have affected me mentally. And that's okay. That doesn't mean I'm crazy. That just means that my days sometimes are worse than others. Right? Everybody has bad days. At this point, I'm going to say at least 87% of the earth's population has mental health issues underlying, okay? If you're dealing with a person that has PTSD, guess what that means? You have PTSD too. Because it's certain things that that person does that sets you off as well. And we're going to be honest about that. It takes a lot to deal with a person that has PTSD. You don't know what kind of mood we're going to be in. You don't know if eggs is going to set us off that day. You don't know if the kids is going to drive us nuts and make us take it out on you. And that's a problem. So you have to understand that because you're dealing with somebody with PTSD, you kind of get some of our symptoms. Um, and I saw this in the people that were around me. I understood that my mood affected the atmosphere. It changed the atmosphere. It made it so that everybody was on edge, on eggshells, and nobody wanted to confront me about anything because they weren't sure of what my reaction would be. And that's a problem because then that makes you into a monster in every sense of the word. They weren't sure. People are, once you show somebody that you're not the same person that you were before you left, unless you explain to them the things that you can deal with and things that you can't deal with, it's pretty much a hit and miss situation, especially with spouses and children. And like, I had to relearn my son. My son had to relearn me. And at one point he was so in tune, and it kind of makes me sad that he had to be, but he was so in tune with my episodes that he would see them coming before I did. And the first thing he would say is, "Mom, did you take your meds today?" And I had to be okay with that because at one point, me not on my meds was a lot because I wasn't dealing with any of my issues. I was just taking the pills. And when you're just taking the pills, all it's do, like I said, it's just a band-aid, and it's a sucky band-aid at that. It's a band-aid that is full of poison. It's full of poison. And then you wonder why your body reacts the way that it reacts. It reacts like that because it's a foreign entity in your body that is not supposed to be there. And if you would just heal the nerves in your head that have gone dormant, then your mind wakes up again. It's like, oh wait, I can function normally, like almost the way I used to, except for now I have to figure out, okay, how can I deal with this portion when I know that it's going to cause me pain? How can I deal with this portion when I know that my anxiety is always on 100 when this particular thing happens? So when you're dealing with the pills that they put you on and all that other stuff, it's best to just figure out what the issue is. What happened? What happened that changed the way your mindset was, right? And yeah, it's a stupid process. Like I said, don't do it by yourself, because if you do it by yourself, it's way worse. If you find somebody that you trust, that you can walk down this road with, walk down the road with them. Make sure that they understand, hey, this is going to be rough. You're going to learn some things about me that is going to change your image of me. Are you okay with this? I did all of these things to survive. All I wanted to do was survive. All I wanted to do was make it home back to my family. That's the only goal that I had, besides making a little bit of change to make sure that my family was straight. That was it. I had no ulterior motives. I wasn't looking for anything special. All I wanted to do was make sure that my family stayed above water for as long as I needed to. And then I come back and everything is different. Everybody looks at me weird. Like they don't understand what war means. Why are you different? Because I had to do some dumb stuff. Yeah. I asked somebody one day, do you know how stressful it is to go to your job and get shot at while you're doing your job? And you still have to complete your job? And then you got to go back and do it again. And those same people are shooting at you. Those same people hate you. And then you come back to the States and it's like they look at us like we did something wrong. When in all actuality, all we were doing was following orders. And me following orders made it so that I can't sleep at night. Made it so that some days, couple in a row sometimes, I don't eat. Some days I just want to lay in the bed all day because of all the people that their images are stuck in my head. I can't get rid of them. I see them when I close my eyes. It's dumb. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Do you know that there is still Vietnam veterans out there right now that are not 100% disabled? Did you know that? Yeah, that's a real situation. I'm saying, I don't care. I don't get it. And I think that's another reason why I'm doing this video, because I'm trying to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. And when you're trying to make sense of something that doesn't make sense, it kind of shifts things, right? It shifts things. You're trying to make sense of something, trying to make a dollar out of 15 cents. You only got a nickel and a dime. That does not make a dollar, my love. I know math. That does not make a dollar. So you're trying to make a dollar out of 15 cents. And in the process of doing that, you have to maintain a non threatening, non confrontational, non emotional, because at some point, and I don't know why, but it happens all the time, at some point, people look at you and they're like, oh, you're not over that yet? What? I mean, that happened such a long time ago. You're not over that? Nah, I'm not over it. Sometimes I wish I could just flip a switch and just be good again. Back to my old self. But that's not how the way the process works. It's just not the way that life is. Like, if you didn't lose your life over there, you lost something. A little piece of joy. You might end up with an ulcer. um, but yeah, flashbacks. I have flashbacks from. I got into a couple of bad car accidents as well. Oh, I could tell you about this car accident. Okay, so um, this is one where I almost died. It was pretty cool, but I almost died. Okay, I'm a veteran. Okay, so everything is pretty cool. If I'm still alive, then it's pretty cool, especially if it was really, really dangerous. So I think I was driving back from Buring. Shout out to Buring. Um, I was driving back from Buring to Eric John. Shout out to AJ. Um, and there's this back road that when you're driving and you're not in a convoy, you're just in a car, right? Because I was a contractor at that time. I was driving in a car, and when I was driving in the car, I was, I think there was a convoy. I was headed towards AJ, and they were headed towards Beering, and we were passing. It was a convoy. It was passing by me, trucks, MCATs, all of the normal vehicles that go with a convoy, right? And no, MCATs. I I know too many acronyms. I think that's what the problem is, but I think they're MCATs or MRATs. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? The one where you sit on it. It almost looked like a hood rat school bus. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. So I got in one of those, and no. So that was in the convoy. I was just in a regular car, and the convoy was. We were passing the convoy in a curve. It was just me in the car, but I was passing the convoy in a curve, and right when the curve was about to end, a car was coming at me head on, because, like an idiot, this idiot decided he wanted to pass a convoy in a curve. Pass a convoy in a curve. Okay? I swerved to miss him. I jump a ravine. I spin out, go back across the traffic, through the convoy, spin out again, and manage to stop the car. Once I spun out the second time, all I could say was, "Woo!" I'm just saying, it's a veteran way of life. If you outlive something, like, it's exhilarating a little bit. But yeah, I had nightmares over and over again about that car accident. And the funny thing was, behind me, about, I don't know, maybe about 4 or 5 car lengths, there was another vehicle with the other contractors in it. And when I finally got the car to stop, and I just had both hands on the steering wheel, and I was just breathing. And then I got out of the car and I walked around the car and I had three flat tires, three flat tires. And the guys pulled up and they were like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I was like, "I think so." But I didn't really have time to let it register. So when I came back to the States, me on the highway, like I couldn't figure out why I was always getting super speeders and tickets back to back to back to back to back. And then I realized me on the highway causes me anxiety. So my foot goes to the floor. And in a 65-mile-an-hour zone, I'm doing a buck 10. And and it took me a minute to unpack that, because you feel like you've been through war, you've been shot at, you've been blown up, all of this other stuff. Why would a car accident affect you? Because a car accident affects you. It doesn't matter how the car accident transpires, where it's at, who's with you. It doesn't make any difference. You can get PTSD from that as well. And people don't get that part. It doesn't matter how you got the PTSD. The point is you have it, and now you have to fix it. Because if you don't, you're not going to have all the joy that you deserve to have. You're going to be guarded. You're going to be non-responsive. You're going to end up in a psych ward over a bad day. Like, it's stupid. It's the dumbest thing ever. Oh my God. Like, it's irritating that life is like this. Like, yeah, your brain is set up to remove memories that are too dramatic. But with this process, a lot of that stuff becomes revealed. Like, you'll remember things that you didn't even think you remembered. And it's just one of those processes that you have to deal with, because trust and believe, most likely a lot of the PTSD that is around happened either prior to the military or after the military. And that's okay to admit as well. Because trust and believe, it links up for some strange, stupid reason. It's like one thing will lead to another. You'll get a whiff of something that reminds you of something. Like, let me trust and believe. If you have ever been in theater, there's a certain stench when you end up in Kuwait at any time that smells like, I don't like Porta Johns. That's what it smells like. It's like they got rolls of Porta Johns everywhere, so everything smell like pee and ammonia and poop. And it's a bad situation. So, yeah, don't like the smell of that. But I have children. So I had to figure out a way to deal with that and not use my triggers against people. You have to figure out a way to live your life the way that you want to live your life and not take it out on people. It's a process. I know. I get it, boo boo. I get it. I understand. Because it's a process on my side too. It takes a lot of me to not be confrontational when people want me to be confrontational. It takes a lot to work through being at peace. It takes a lot. Oh my God, it takes a lot. It's a process. Oh my God, I'm getting emotional. Okay, look. It's a process. And you gotta find a way to exist in this here earth that we're on and not cause yourself harm. You got to figure it out. Whether that means walking away from people, whether that means taking a hiatus away from people, whether it means finding a group of people that will be a great support system for you, whether that means having a real conversation with your loved ones about what you've been through, it has to happen. Babe, look, I know you don't want to know everything that I've been through because some of that stuff nobody needs to know. I'm taking some of this stuff to the grave. Nobody will ever know what happened. But for the things that I can talk about, get it off your chest because it is like a black tar that's just affecting every organ that you have. You got stomach ulcers because you can't get this stupid situation out of your head of how somebody passed away that shouldn't have passed away. And I get it. I understand. I see you. I see you. I get it. But you got to fix it. You got to fix it in your mind. You can't fix the situation because it's over with. You can't go back. You can't go backwards at all. You can't do that. There's nothing that you can do to fix the situation. It happened. It happened. This is real life. And when you're dealing with PTSD, you have to deal in the now. You always have to deal in the now. You're not there anymore. You have to find a tether. You have to look at the side effects to all the medications that they keep putting you on. You have to find a way to survive. You survived over there and you're going to come back here and just lose it? No. It's time to fix it. If being with your spouse is not working, figure it out. You got kids, figure it out. If your job is stressful, if your job is causing you anxiety, figure it out. You don't have to be in any situation that you don't want to be in. It's time to live. Sorry that went off. Sorry. When I start thinking about the things. It's a lot. It's a lot, but I'm still here, so I'm going to live as such. I didn't survive over there to die over here. It's a good philosophy. You didn't survive over there to come back here and die. I just wish the memories would go away. But they don't. And since they don't, now I have to try and focus on some of the memories that I enjoyed. I might not have loved my time in the Middle East, but the people that I gained from going over there, I appreciate them. They held me down in hard times over there and hard times over here. They were my brother in arms there. They're my brother in arms here. And I appreciate that. The camaraderie, the love, the support, the understanding, because they went through the same thing I went through. But now it's time for me to show support to them. Show you guys that I haven't forgotten about you. That I care if you're here. That I understand that certain places cause you stress. So I'm going to continue to be here. I'm going to continue to have your back. I'm going to continue to find options for you to make your life better. Because I wish somebody did that for me. I can only be the person that I was looking for. So I hope this helps. I love you guys. It's been a rough, emotional day, as you can see. But I'm still here. Yeah, I might cry every once in a while. And I might veg out. Decide to eat a pint of ice cream. Gelato. But tomorrow's a new day. Each day you can reset. Did you know that? If you ate a pot of spaghetti one day, guess what you can eat tomorrow? A salad. Yay! Vegetables. If you went on a liquor binge yesterday, you can drink tea today. Cleanse out that system. Yeah, keep your kidneys working. Whoop. If you had dialysis yesterday, you can take an edible in the morning and still have your appetite. We're fighters. 100%. And I'll take that. Now it's time to fight. All right, my brethren in arms. I love you guys. It's a little rough today, but that's okay. I hope you guys are learning things and understanding things about yourself. And we're going to get this done. All right? All right. I love you guys. Deuces.